Hello everyone, today we are going to review a foundation by Physicians Formula. It is their organic wear line. It is the Silk Foundation Elixir. It's supposed to be a light coverage foundation. I'll give you a the mode of application that I use and that I've been using, because I've been using this foundation for the past 3-ish days. So I'll give you a mini review at the end of the video. Thank you and see you in the next clip. Okay, so let's begin with this review. First, I'm going to show you guys the application. I like to use primer. I always use primer. So that's how I like to test the foundations that I have, or new foundations. I do this in a way that, how am I going to wear this every day kind of thing? You know what I mean? Moving on, I always do my concealer first, or at least I try to, because it makes it look a little bit more natural. Okay, there we go. And this is just an under eye corrector. I'm gonna do my makeup like I would with my favorite foundation, which I don't have a favorite one at the moment, but since I'm going to be trying a couple of things out for the rest of the month and some of next month, maybe I'll find something I really like. I mean, I like this one, but I'll let you know more about that at the end of the video. Okay, so you see our under eyes look nice and bright. So what I want to do next is take a blending sponge and just tap over it. Make sure it looks nice and seamless. Blend it into the skin. And we go on with concealer. I want to make sure we cover those dark circles, because oh my goodness, that baby woke up early today. And let's see. Here we go. We'll see how well it matches my skin and how well it blends with the rest of this makeup that I'm putting on, right? I know it looks like I'm being a savage with my under eyes, but I promise you I'm actually being very gentle. And there we go. Just make sure it's blended. Let's not forget the nose. Just whatever's left on the brush. I'm gonna conceal those 2 blue veins we have on the nose. Good to go. Now, the foundation we're gonna be reviewing is the Physicians Formula Organic Wear Silk Elixir Foundation. You have to shake it pretty well. What I see most people do is they put this straight onto their face. I don't like doing that. I put it on the back of my hand and I do about 5 drops. What I have seen reviews, because obviously I don't want to buy something that I know I'm not gonna like. And it's very liquidy, as you can tell. And I go in with the brush, tap it, and then start tapping it onto the skin. You see that? The shade that I have for this is medium light, medium. I thought it would be a good shade match, and so far I think it's not too bad. I think it might be a little light, but we can always make it work with some bronze. At least it matches my undertones, which I appreciate. So we want to stipple this foundation on. This is not our first impressions. This is a review. So I'm just showing you what I like to do so that it wears well. And as you can tell, those 5 dots are completely gone. So I go in and drop 1, 2 more drops into the back of my hand. Again, same notion, and you want to stipple it, okay? Because that actually gets you more coverage. But do you see that it looks like it leaves brush marks on you if you just stipple it? Then you lightly, very lightly want to brush it or buff it. I don't know why I said brush, but you want to buff it, and you want to blend it down your neck. But you see, it still looks like it's sitting on the skin, right? So what we're gonna do next is grab our beauty blender or our beauty sponge, grab what's left on our hand, which is not much, and we're just gonna tap it in. And do you see what is happening? It is making it one with the skin. I do not apply it straight with the beauty blender because it is a very liquid foundation. And since it's very liquidy, it absorbs a lot of it. That's why we put it on the skin first, we buff it around, and then we, mesh it with our skin. Okay? So, that's the foundation. That's the way it looks. Now, it is a little light for me, as you can tell. Doesn't look same as my neck. But we can fix that with powder. So give me one moment, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And for the powder, we're gonna take something that is a little bit darker than the foundation, and maybe a little bit darker than our skin color. Well, at least for me. And just tap it all over. I do feel that this foundation does not completely set on its own. That's why we absolutely need the powder. And it still gives you a natural look to the skin. It doesn't make your skin look matte even when you set it with powder. It just makes it look healthy. Now that we put powder all over it, it looks more one with the skin, and it doesn't look completely flat matte, but it also doesn't look wet. And that's the look that you would get without setting it. I do like a dewy look, but I don't like a wet look on the skin. Okay, and I'll go finish the rest of my makeup. I'll show you how it wears throughout the day. Okay, so this is me wearing the makeup for about 8 hours since we applied the foundation. Now, let's talk my review on it. This foundation on me, I feel like it lasts pretty well. You can no longer see my blush or my highlight, but I can also tell you I had a pretty crazy day today. I've been playing with my husband, I've been playing with my child, you know, things happened. I touched my face a lot. This is usually how my makeup looks by the end of the day. I can also say I wore this foundation yesterday, and I wore it for over 10 hours, and my makeup still looked flawless. I had a less touchy-feely my face kind of day. It was mostly outdoor activities, and since right here it's 60-ish, 50-ish degrees, you know, you go outside, you're not really gonna sweat. It's mostly gonna be cold out. And so, you know, I worked out, I ran around with my son outside, things like that, and so my makeup stayed pretty well. I actually even got to take my makeup the way it was at the end of the night out on a date with my husband, and my makeup still looked amazing. That by the time we came home, I was talking to my husband, and he actually told me, you should do that look on YouTube because your makeup looks bomb right now. And this was at the end of the day, probably 30 minutes before I took off my makeup at around the 11-hour mark. So, I mean, in my personal opinion, I really like this foundation. I approve. One coat of this, I would say, is light to medium coverage, and second application of this is going to be medium to full coverage. I highly doubt that you will ever get full coverage from this because it is a dewy foundation. It is very hydrating. So even if you apply, like pile it on, it's never gonna give you that full coverage look that a matte full coverage foundation is going to give you. That's just me in my personal opinion. Now, it's up to you to judge, you know, how you think it looks on my skin. I made it work for my skin color. See that? But I do think that I could have gone a shade lighter. I mean, a shade darker on this so that it could actually match my complexion perfectly without having to add any color or finishing foundation or finishing powder on top. And yeah, those are all my thoughts. If you liked this video, you found it useful, entertaining, or helpful, please give this a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and let me know what other stuff you'd like to see. I believe I'll be doing a vlog on my weekend activities with my family over the weekend. Since we are going out of town, we are going to visit my family, and subsequently we're going to see my husband's family as well. Hopefully we're gonna be more active this weekend than what we usually are. But yeah, you guys have a great one, and see you soon.